most powerful tribal chant you've never heard. Hidden deep within the heartbeats of ancient forests and echoing across sacred valleys is a sound that has stirred the souls of generations. But you've likely never heard it. This is not just a chant. It's a living force, a powerful tribal invocation that has survived centuries of colonization, silence, and obscurity. In this video, we uncover the most powerful tribal chant you've never heard. A vocal ritual so emotionally resonant and spiritually charged that it connects communities to their ancestors, the earth, and the divine. Mysterious sounds of the earth. In a world overflowing with noise, digital alerts, traffic, streaming music, there exists a sound more ancient than language itself. A sound born not from machines, but from the soul of a people, chanted in the deep heart of the jungle, where modern maps blur and stories are carried not in books, but in voices. Today, we travel to the corners of the earth to uncover a sound you've likely never heard, but one that could shake your bones and, possibly, change the way you hear the world. This is the story of the most powerful tribal chant you've never heard. What is a tribal chant? Narrator. Before there was writing, before there were kingdoms, there were chants. Tribal chants are oral expressions passed down for generations, often used for rituals, healing, storytelling, or even war. But they are more than music. They're spiritual instruments used to summon ancestors, channel energy, and shape collective memory. Each tribe has its own unique sound signature: throat singing in the Arctic tundras, drum-backed war calls in the African savanna, echoing ululations in the deserts of Australia. These chants aren't meant for entertainment. They're meant for connection with the land, with the ancestors, with something greater than ourselves. But one chant, in particular, stands apart. Not because it's louder or longer, but because it disappeared, hidden from the world for centuries. The guardians of the chant, the Yanomami people. Deep in the Amazon rainforest, near the border of Brazil and Venezuela, lives the Yanomami tribe, one of the most isolated indigenous groups in the world. For centuries, they've lived in harmony with the forest, practicing a rich spiritual tradition rooted in shamanism and ancestral worship. Central to their belief system is the chant known as Yankoana Heku, loosely translated as the breath of the spirits. It's not merely a song, it's a guided trance ritual performed by the tribe's shaman using a powerful blend of rhythm, breath, and sacred plants. The purpose? To open a portal between the physical and spiritual worlds. For the Yanomami, chanting is how the spirit world speaks through the human body. And Yankoana Heku is believed to be so potent it can heal disease, summon ancestral protectors, and reveal visions from the past and future. It's powerful, but few outsiders have ever heard it, until a chance encounter changed everything. The accidental recording. In 1989, an anthropologist named Dr. Marcus Holtz was invited to live with the Yanomami as part of a medical aid initiative. During one of the rituals, Holtz was granted permission to witness Yankoana Heku, an honor rarely extended to outsiders. With trembling hands, he recorded the chant using a field mic, not fully understanding what he was capturing. That audio would remain locked away in a university archive for decades. What makes the chant so unique? When the recording was analyzed by ethnomusicologists and sound engineers, they made a startling discovery. The chant's frequencies contained overlapping harmonic layers, created not by instruments, but by human voice modulation alone. It uses an ancient form of vocal overtone, singing, similar to Tuvan throat singing, but with a deeper bass register and irregular rhythmic intervals. Some scholars believe the structure mirrors natural patterns, like bird calls, wind movement, and even brainwave frequencies during meditation. What's more, listeners subjected to the chant reported intense reactions. Some described feelings of euphoria, others, deep sadness. A few broke into tears without knowing why. Neuroscientists now hypothesize that Yankoana Heku may trigger emotional memory centers in the brain through rhythmic entrainment, a kind of sonic key to ancestral memory. The spiritual technology of sound. The chant might be ancient, but its principles are profoundly advanced. Indigenous cultures around the world have long used sound not just as expression, but as medicine. Tibetan singing bowls, Aboriginal didgeridoos, African talking drums. These aren't instruments, they're technologies, tools for aligning the body, calming the mind, and opening portals of consciousness. What Yankoana Heku offers is a glimpse into this forgotten science. A tribal chant acting as both ritual and resonance device. It's not just the sound, it's the intention behind it. The shamans chant not to perform, but to transform. Not to entertain, but to enter into communion with the unseen world. In a way, they're doing what modern scientists are only beginning to explore. Using vibration to heal trauma, tune the brain, and tap into hidden states of awareness. Can you hear it today? Out of respect for the Yanomami, the full chant has never been released to the public. Only a short, faded fragment exists from the Holtz archive, just 45 seconds. Even then, it is only shared with cultural permission and spiritual care. Many believe that such sounds must not be taken lightly. They carry power, and with power comes responsibility. Still, sound healers and composers around the world have begun studying its structure, creating inspired works that attempt to echo its frequencies. Some tribal leaders argue this is dangerous cultural appropriation. Others see it as an opportunity for sharing wisdom. If done with reverence and consent, the chant may never become a Spotify hit. But that's not what it's for. It was never meant for mass consumption. It's a living, breathing ritual of a people still fighting to protect their land, language, and legacy. Final reflections. Listening with the soul. In a time when voices are drowned by algorithms and culture moves at the speed of a scroll, maybe it's time we listened not just with our ears, but with our spirit. The most powerful tribal chant you've never heard isn't just sound. It's a whisper from the earth, a memory of when humans still spoke the language of trees, wind, and fire, a vibration that connects us to something ancient and eternal. So the next time you find silence, listen closer. Somewhere, beyond the noise, the breath of the spirits still sings. End title card, dedicated to the Yanomami and all indigenous peoples, preserving sacred sound. Would you like a version broken into specific YouTube scene cards with visuals and suggested B-roll?
Please like this video, subscribe to our channel or more videos like this. Thanks for watching.